Hi everybody, I'm Josh Beams and I'm going to teach a small instruction on how to spend money using the next dollar strategy. So I'm teaching grades 9 through 12 special education. The subject for this focus is math and how to spend money appropriately. And our standard is going to be using the next dollar strategy to pay for items up to $10. So the first thing that I want to talk about is what is the next dollar strategy? Well, the next dollar strategy is when you pay for an item that has change involved. So what I mean by change involved is if something was $5.50, the 50-cent portion. So when that change is involved, you add $1 to go to the next dollar. So for instance, if a candy bar costs $1.75, well, you have $1 and then you have your 3/4, which makes 75 cents. But say you don't have enough coins to pay for that 75 cents portion, but you do have another dollar bill. So the question is, can you use that extra dollar bill to pay for it? So, like we said, we have two $1 bills, but we don't have the 75 cents. So that's where the next dollar strategy comes into play. Using the next dollar strategy, you would have to pay $2 because the next dollar after $1 is $2. So in this case, the candy bar costs $1.75, but you could pay $2 for the candy bar instead of using the change that you didn't have. Another point I'd like to make is, when can the next dollar strategy be used? If you don't know how to count all the coins, like some of you guys might still struggle counting up to your counting your quarters, dimes, or nickels, then it's easier to just count your bills. Maybe you don't have enough coins to cover the change, like in our last example. You don't have enough coins to pay for that 50 cents or that 75 cents, but you do have a dollar bill that you could use instead. Or lastly, maybe you need a certain amount of change back. So say you wanted to pay $2 because you wanted to get a quarter back because you needed a quarter to buy a gumball. Well, then you could use the next dollar strategy to know that if you pay that extra dollar, you're going to get that certain amount of change back. And lastly, the last thing I want to cover is using bills other than a $1 bill. So if the next dollar comes to a bill larger than $1, what do? So say the bill is $5. That's the only bill that you have in your pocket, and you need $5. You don't have to use 5 $1 bills. Even if the price was $4.50, yeah, the next dollar would be $5, and we've taught to count the $1 bills. You can still use a $5 bill. That doesn't matter that it's a $5 bill versus a $1 bill. That simply doesn't matter. So thank you guys for your time, and I hope you learned something about using the next dollar strategy.